there is something you want to see change with your communication, here is a super simple framework that we teach in Communicate Powerfully workshops, programs, and I constantly refer to this with my coaching clients as well. Super simple, it's called the tier wheel. So we communicate through what we're thinking, how we're feeling, what we're saying, and how we're saying it. And it looks a little bit like this. This is how we can use the tier wheel. So our thoughts shine through in our emotions, which then determine our ABCs. So our actions, our behavior, and because we are always communicating, whether we're saying something with words or not, that drives the results that we are getting or not getting. And then those results ultimately reinforce whatever we were telling ourselves in the first place. So here's an example I get all the time. Carly, I'm terrible at remembering names. So let's use the tier wheel, shall we? What are the thoughts? I'm terrible at remembering people's names. When you go to meet somebody, you might then be feeling, if you're telling yourself that, a little bit worried, maybe a little bit nervous, and certainly uncomfortable. And then what do you do or not do? I tell you what, their name, they probably say their name and either you don't even hear it or it goes in one ear, out the other, which leads to you forgetting people's names, which then means you ultimately are reinforcing whatever thoughts are going on in the first place. So most of us operate on autopilot every single minute of every day, which means our thoughts come and go, which is all groovy until there is something that we want to see change. So let's say you want to get better at remembering people's names. So you might not know the thoughts, but start with the results. And what you can do is you can go, so I forget people's names. What am I doing or not doing that is leading to me forgetting people's names? What are the actions, behavior, and communication that's leading to these results? And then what was I feeling in that first interaction? Because the nerves or the worry, that was totally getting in the way. Because ultimately, what was I telling myself? I'm terrible at remembering names. So what you can do when you know that that's what you're telling yourself, through practice and awareness, we can change our thoughts. We've just got to become really aware of them and intentional. So here's one thing that I highly encourage. Let's say you want to get better at remembering people's names. Here's one way of using the tier wheel. Start telling yourself, when you know you're going to go into social interactions, I'm getting better at remembering people's names, which might make you feel a little more calm and a little more confident in the situation or that interaction, that initial interaction. In that moment that someone introduces their name to you, what's really useful is to shake someone's hand, because that's the initial connection. So shake their hand, say their name back to them. So, hi, I'm Carly. Oh, hi, Carly. How you doing? And then what you can do is you hear it, you say it, and me, I actually see their name in neon lights above their head. Just a little trick that I do. Or if that doesn't work, then I use name association. So what other Carlys do I know? And ultimately, through practice and reinforcement, you get better and better at remembering people's names. The next time there's something that you want to see change with your communication, start with unpacking what specifically is one area that I can work on, or start with, and then work backwards with your actions, behaviors, communication. Get curious around the emotions, and then ultimately, what are you telling yourself about that scenario or situation? Because that's where it starts.